Welcome back to Life of an FSO. And if you've seen my reels this week that I dropped, we're going to do something called Talk It Out, Mental Health Awareness Month. And I'm going to open up about my mental health struggles, talk about a few stigmas, some shortfalls, and other avenues on how I kind of navigate that now. Um, just getting out my own head, just talking about things, getting therapy, the resources I used when I was on a ship, the resources you use when you're not on a ship on shore duty, or if you're in a long period of time where you can kind of like get the help you need to kind of cope with things that happen in life, and not just in the Navy. I definitely have other life struggles that were outside the Navy that kind of shaped me. Uh, I guess gave me some resilience. Um, Moving forward, because life be life and sometimes, that we say. So let's get into the episode. I got a lot of clips I want to like share with you all. But mental health is a real thing. It really is. And sometimes you just need an outlet. And one of my outlets was starting this YouTube channel. So when I speak on the journey, there's actually a journey from where I was in 2020, where I was in 2024, and then even now, like, life still lives. So you got to have a way to talk it out. And one thing that helps me out is talking it out to you all. From getting MS, from all the things. I'm going to kind of talk about all that in this episode. So stay tuned and we'll be right back at you. What's good for the soul is laugh. Great times, moments where you can just kick back and forget about what's really bothering you. These group of gentlemen right here helped me through some of the toughest times in my life. And I thank them for it. I really do. Because life's tough. But find your reason to smile. And we're back. So back to the mental health thing. Being mentally strong is one thing, but let's get away from the stigma that the Navy and in life, like you don't need a therapist or you don't need to speak to people or talk about your issues. Um, that stigma is the worst. Even now, like it's like everybody get looked at differently because you have a therapist. I have a therapist. I've had a therapist for from like 2020 to like now. Um, on board the USS Baton, uh, my last ship, my first therapist was the DRC on board, and that was after a significant time in my life where my twin brother was murdered in Detroit, and it was a really dark time. We just came home from deployment, and I didn't even know what a DRC was, but my leadership referred me to going to the DRC because around that time it was COVID, so it's kind of hard to kind of like move. Like it was hard getting like appointments. But on board Big Five, the USS Baton, we had a DRC. It was a Deployment Resiliency Counselor. So if you have one of those on your ship, you're pretty fortunate because I don't think all small ships have them, but I know some of the big platforms or larger platforms that is have them. Anyway, um, the stigma that we need to get away from is you're frowned upon if you need help. Like, honestly, I think I'm in a way better place now that I had someone to actually talk to that was non-biased, a licensed therapist, and she just gave me different things to think about, ways to go about it. I didn't really use medication. I mean, I started with medication, but then I didn't like how it made me feel. My personal preference, nothing against it, but I didn't like it the way it made me feel, like, because I felt like my problems were still there. It just made me have a state of, you know, I'll say not give a fuck. So those were my not give a fuck pills. And I didn't want to like not give a fuck because I still wanted to be productive on the deck place. Still wanted to be a great LPO for my sailors, but I had to get help for myself. So identifying that and not thinking with the stigmas behind getting, mental health, uh, it just didn't make sense to me. So I didn't want to do the pills, and it just felt better to talk it out. Kind of like the title of this episode. So getting out of my own head, thinking that everybody would think I'm crazy or something like that because I had a significant loss. Not only that, I was depressed. I didn't make chief. I was depressed. I had a P eval, first eval on board, and I felt like I did a lot of things, but internally, I had to look at what was going on with me, correct those deficiencies so I could be there for my sailors. So shortfalls come and go. You know what I'm saying? But with the help from the DRC on board, and I'm not going to name drop her. Maybe I'll name drop her. But but I thank you because shipboard life is tough. You might not get a chance to go out in town and get your civilian doctors due to the underway schedule or anything. And you have other folks you can talk to. Um, I had friends I talked to. I had, the chaplain that you can talk to, um, and just kind of buried my head in the sand and got to work, and I don't know if that was healthy or not, but that's what I did. And by the time we came back from like underways, we're in the shipyard, so that's a different environment in itself. Uh, I actually did go get clinical help after doing all my um, sessions with the DRC. So that was a thing. And then when I went to get the referral, I actually went to it's a building on Norfolk base, and it doesn't even look like it's like a clinic or an office, but it's like this office building where they had one therapist, and I know she was getting that work as well because it was always hard to get those appointments with her. So moving right along, years go by, make chief, get selected for officer, and then I get another roadblock by being diagnosed with MS. From there, I'm at that point, I'm at the hospital. I'm still getting my infusions and all that stuff done, but I'm like, man, I kind of need to get myself together in order to be a great leader for my sailors. So, um, again, I'm at the hospital. I get the referrals, get the diagnosis. I'm doing all this stuff for my MS, but I'm getting my physical looked at, but my mental is not being looked at. So I went and got a referral from my primary care physician, and they didn't have anything at Portsmouth, so I ended up going out in town. Went online, looked up from a long list of therapists that were in my area. That's pretty cool. Once you get that referral, and then I gave that information to Humana, and then Humana kind of set everything up online after I gave them who I selected for my therapist. And I go 2 times a week. Excuse me. I go 2 times a month. I go 2 times a month. Excuse me. And we talk about everything. We talk about life. I talk about my career. I talk about my week. I talk about home life, being a father, school, you all, like the business, everything, just to talk it out and get all my thoughts out. So um, it makes me feel better after, and she listens to me, and she gives me different perspectives on how I can do things better because I'm not perfect. You see what you see right here. You see when I'm in uniform doing awesome things at work, but mentally sometimes I'm just drained. Mentally, sometimes I need that outlet, and this is an outlet, and I share my thoughts and things with her, and it's like a weight or a burden lifted, and we just kind of like navigate those problems together to get my mental health at a all-time high. So I recommend definitely getting with medical if that's something that you need. um get the help, like all the avenues that are out there. We have Fleet and Family Support. They have a multitude of things that you can do. If you're in a relationship, whether it's you're married or you're not married, they have these. different things you can do. Definitely for the married service members out there. Um, if you talk with the chaplain, they have these retreats, uh, fleeing family support. You and your spouse can get mental help. You got Military One Source, and if you're on a ship and you're a young sailor and you don't have any of those things I just spoke about, you got your DRC, you got the chaplain, you got medical. They can refer you and do different things, but you yourself have to step off that ledge and get that help. And that's back to what I was saying with getting out your own. It's like getting out your own mind. Kind of like putting yourself like you're a prisoner of your own mind because you just have your thoughts. They're just running through your mind and it's mentally bringing you down and then your physical. So if the top's not taken care of, everything else is going to fall apart. So get the help because mental health is real. Um, I'm a product of it. Having great mental health right now, but I have my days. But again, I recharge and I do those things where I go talk to my therapist. I go talk to my friends. I sometimes get outside the house and just having a good time because that laughter, I swear, like laughter is like the medicine for the soul because you got your heart, you got your mind, and you got your soul. So uh, in your heart, you want to do the right thing. In your heart, you want to be better for your family. You want to be better for your sailors. Or if you're a civilian, you want to be better for the organization you work for. But if your mind's not there, your body's not going to operate either. So if you're in a depressive state, go get the help, please. I see too many times on the news or even friends from my past, and not even just shipmates that have destructive patterns, and if they just took the time to focus on getting that mental health right, they might not be in the situation they're in, or sad to say, like lives have been lost due to having poor mental health. A lot of those situations, sailors wouldn't be in bad situations with their leadership. They wouldn't know how to express themselves if they just seeked out the help that they actually need. So leaders, you got to be intrusive sometimes. Refer them to the right channels. Give them the options of going to medical, talking to the chaplain, because they're not going to be good for your operation if their mind is elsewhere. So again, if your mind is not there, your physical is going to be taking a heat, taking a hit, and overall, you're not going to be good for anyone. So realizing that for myself, getting the help, not internalizing the issues that I had going on up top, it helped me out a lot. So take heed to the recommendations that I have. If you have a DRC, talk to them, chaplain, medical, Military One Source, Fleet and Family. All those different avenues can help you with talking it out. So um, just get the help that you need and the help that you deserve. Like the healthcare is free, so why not take advantage of it? If you're not in the military, utilize your military professionals to help you cope with things in life that you can't really manage on your own because you're not in this fight alone. Uh, and that's it for the episode. Uh, talk it out. If you don't take anything from this episode, talk it out with someone before you go to those destructive patterns. Um, Shout out to Tropical Breezy that's out there on the floor doing things at sea. Thank you for sharing my posts. I like a lot of your videos. That comedy is good for the soul. So continue to do what you're doing, shipmate. Salute to you and the team out there defending our nation. And hopefully you all get home safe. Well, not hopefully. I want you all to get home safe. That's a bad choice of words. But Tropical Breezy, shout out to you. Appreciate you, appreciate you, appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And for everybody else that's on this journey, subscribers, people that share my reels, episodes, give me feedback, thank you as well. And this is a big FSO as Tropical Breezy calls me. Signing out. Y'all take it easy. Peace. Back to cheer. Can I get on the episode? Hey, we good, bro. We good.